My name is Savage Dodson. I was a young GI, 22 years old, at Roswell Army Airfield in 1947. My job out there was in technical supply, and that job included taking care of what we called flyaway kits. One day, the base supply called me and said, "We have some fuel injection pumps for your flyaway kits." And I said, "Okay, I'll come up and pick them up." So I went to base supply in a weapons carrier and picked up 4 fuel injection pumps. When I came back by the supply unit, I told my friend and buddy there that we worked together, I said, "I'm going up to the hangar where the flyaway kits are to put these injection pumps in there." I drove up to this hangar and backed the weapons carrier up to the personnel door and got out, and with my key I was about to open the door. I noticed there was an individual over here, but I had not paid any attention to who he was or what he was doing. And the guy said, "Hey, Sarge, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going in the building here to put some fuel injection pumps in our flyaway kits." He says, "You can't go in there." Well, I didn't pay a great bit of attention to him. I just kept walking with my key, and I got almost to the door to insert the key, and he says, "I says you can't go in there." Then I looked at him to see who he was. I noticed he had on an MP armband, and he had a .45 on his hip. I said, "You and who else says I can't go in there before I saw this?" He says, "Me and this," and patted that .45 on his hip. Well, you don't really argue with a person with a .45 on his hip. So I said, "Okay." I turned around, put the key in the pocket, got in the weapons carrier, went back down to the section, and told my friend H.T. White, he said, "I thought you were going to put those injection pumps in the flyaway kits." I said, "I was, but there's some guy up there with a .45 on his hip and won't let me in the building." And we passed it off and thought more of it. 3 days later, base supply called it. We had some more parts up there for the flyaway kit. I went up and got that, added the fuel injection pumps that I was there with 3 days earlier, went up there, walked in, no problem. So why did the man keep me out of that building at that particular time? I do not know. I can't. I may be wrong, but why else would I be kept out of that building when I was going in on a daily or weekly basis anytime we wanted to go?